Hello and welcome again to another installment of Thug Nation. Well, today we're going to talk about a 95-year-old man. And basically what has occurred is a 95-year-old man was killed by police because they say he was combative. Now let's discuss the facts of the case. The facts of the case are the 95-year-old man was in his, what do you want to call it? Old folks home, nursing home, and he didn't want to take his medicine. And they subsequently called the police. And the police came, and they do what the police do. They do what police do. They got rid of him, basically. It's sad that we're in a state now where the police, they operate with such overwhelming force that the only option for them is death. There is no consequences for what the police do. They're placed on administrative leave. In every case I've seen, they're said to be following procedures and the rules appropriately, and they're placed on administrative leave with pay. Now, I'm shocked because my mind's telling me, what is it that a 95-year-old man can do to overpower some police? You mean to tell me that you cannot control a 95-year-old man? There should have been some respect alone with dealing with a 95-year-old person. Hell, they're almost 100. They're not going to be in their right minds sometimes, some of them, to be honest with you. But to kill him, that's the thing that gets me. I'm shocked and I'm amazed because if you listen to some other talk shows, there is one called Prison Planet. This guy's correct. This is a prison planet. There's another article out there. Couples laying in their bed. Cops come. They're looking for somebody else. They come into the couple's house, shoot their dogs, drag them out of their house like they're the criminals. There's another case. I seen this one, and I forgot exactly where I saw it at, and I'm going to have to pull it up. But what it is that there's a guy with a knife. One guy, one knife. He is about 10, 15 feet away from the police officers. I think it was right around 3 or 4 police officers. They tell him to put the knife down. He doesn't put the knife down. He says, I'm not scared of y'all. And why should he be? Because police are there to protect and serve. But now I guess it's protect and kill. So he doesn't put the knife down. So, of course, the cops, they have this thing where they start raising their voice higher and higher and higher. And the adrenaline starts going. And what do they do next? Do they shoot the guy in the leg? Do they shoot him in his arm? Do they use a taser? Do they use a baton? Do they hit him with a car? No. They shoot him well over 30 times. 3 or 4 cops, one guy with a knife. 3 or 4 cops, one guy with a knife. This is the country that we live in now. You call the cops, you may die. You're 95 years old, there's no respect given at all. 95-year-old guy didn't want to take his medicine. Hell, I wouldn't want to take the medicine that's killing you. He became combative. There's another case. Old guy in a wheelchair, one arm. Cops had to kill him too. He had to go. Couple cops, one guy in a wheelchair, no gun. I think he had a pencil in his hand. So we killed him too. And I say we because here's the thing. We as a people, we put up with this. The cops are supposed to be public servants. They're serving us something, all right, but it ain't edible. It's some BS. So this broadcast goes out to everybody. Just take a look around and see what these police officers are doing. See how they're serving you. See what they're dishing out. Cops are killing people every single day. It's out of control. Cops look like soldiers. They look like they need to be in Fallujah somewhere. Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan. Cops walking around here like they're Mr. and Mrs. Billy Badass. And it's got to stop. It's got to stop. And I'm just amazed at how this can be. You know, I'm just amazed at people putting up with this. I'm amazed that there isn't more people outraged with this right here. Now, I'm saying all this in there, and let me preface this right here. There's a lot of great cops out there. There's a lot of good cops that are doing what they're supposed to be doing. There's a lot of good agencies that are out there doing what they're supposed to be doing. But what's going on is that some of the bad apples are really bad. And when police officers take up for one another, and what do they call it, the blue code or whatever their little deal is, when they take up for each other on these issues, it just makes all of them seem bad. This is ridiculous. It's overwhelming because to read the headlines and every week is another outrage by police officers and nothing happens. Nothing happens. You're guilty until proven innocent. You're treated like you're a criminal. The cops even now, they even trump up charges on you. There's so many different laws and semblance of laws that they charge you with anything and take you in. There's a cop named Dorner, not agreeing with anything he did. But the thing about it is that he had some, if he did write this manifesto, some of those things are true. There are cops out there terrorizing people right now. Cops are terrorizing people consistently. Not all cops, but some cops. I went out one day and I was in a restaurant and I seen a cop and, I just normal speak, hey, how you doing? The cop looked at me like I was scum. Looked at me like I'd done something. I thought next I was going to get accosted. Now, I kept thinking in the back of my mind, I said, if I was driving along in my car and I seen the cop and he saw me and I flipped him the bird, what would happen? Would he stop me and I subsequently go to jail for vulgar behavior or something, whatever trumped up charge they can come up with, speeding, crossing the line, the highway, whatever they could think of. Yeah, I think that will probably happen. If I made the wrong move, what would happen? It's amazing. The name of this broadcast is called Thug Nation because truly we've become a thug nation. But the more and more I keep thinking about it, it's not the blacks or the white guys now who have Thug Nation or Thug written across their chest or wherever they got it written at. It's not them that are really the thugs. The thugs wear suits now. They work in banks. Thugs work in Congress. They work in the Senate. Thugs work in the executive branch. Some of them are the president. Some thugs are police officers. Some thugs are doctors and lawyers. There's some thugs that are in charge of some of these pharmaceutical companies pushing this crap down to us. There's some thugs who work for, let me think here. There's a popular company. I don't have any money, so they can sue me for all they want to. Monsanto. There's some thugs that work for Monsanto too, pushing genetically modified foods and not wanting the package to be labeled. So cops aren't alone in their thuggery. You know, we used to try to combat gangs. Come to find out, the biggest gang there is the cops. The cops. I'm riding along the other day and on down the highway. The cop passed me going 80 miles an hour, lights off. But if I pass him going 80 miles an hour, there's going to be some justice for me. Because the justice for him is that just him and his cronies or the bureaucracy, that they can do those things, but we can't as a people do those things. So we have truly crossed over into a thug nation. If you listen to Alex Jones, Prison Planet, there's some other good ones out there that are really trying to make a difference. You know, and unfortunately, I think, you know, we may be far gone, but somebody needs to open their mouth and say something. Somebody needs to do something. You know, it's one thing, you know, there's a movement called Occupy. Nothing wrong with occupying, but sometimes you got to take over. This is Thug Nation.